Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian, this is Crusader Kings 2 and I am back with another achievement speedrun guide, this time for Pagan Fury. As a ruler with any pagan religion, win a Christian crusade targeting you. Now there's two issues with this one. The first one is that you need to be targeted because, you know, you can't always guarantee it, and the second one is that you need to actually be strong enough to defeat them. Now, let me tell you, I have been experimenting, by which I mean I have tried this once and it worked, and this is a guaranteed thing to happen, and it is, of course, the Mongols. How else could it be? I mean, we all know what this is all about, you know. The Mongols have an insane amount of money. It is downright nasty, honestly. It's so undeserved, but they are here and they will break every single achievement that I can find when it comes to, you know, being able to break it with them. Some, of course, will never be able to be done with them simply because they have different requirements, but this one will be very, very simple. So, in 1241, the Crusades are already unlocked and the Pope will immediately call one. He will immediately call one for something that, well, we all know about, I would reckon at least. It is, of course, Egypt. It is always Egypt, because ever since Paradox screwed up the waiting for Crusades, they always target Egypt. Now, what you want to do first is, you know, just order your doomstakes down here, because we will take over Egypt immediately. I will also go on to create the Duchy of Karachev and some other duchies, because with those duchies, we will be in a situation where I can actually declare the subjugation war. There we go. I will need one more after that. Thank you very much. And with that being done, we're already in a wonderful position. Now, what you also want to do is definitely worship the ancestors, wish for whatever, it really does not matter. And once you've done that, why don't you go and simply, you know, injure yourself a bit? With that piety, you are now in a situation where you will benefit greatly from the future, because essentially with that piety we will be able to convert. And why would we want to convert? We are already a Tengri pagan, aren't we? Why, yes we are, but I will get to that in a second. We want to gather some piety, which is why I just, you know, kind of injured myself there with the eye. But what we are going to do is we're going to loot and pillage as well, because looting and pillaging does give us piety as well. We need a total of 250 piety, so we need some prestige and we need some piety, and then we will be in a situation where we can just, you know, straight up destroy the Crusades as they start. Alright, let's take a look at this. So, we are going to loot here, and I'm going to assault all of these holdings, thank you very much, because I require the piety. Very, very nice. What do you want? I don't want to marry, thank you. It's not much piety, but it is honest work, and of course it will be enough long term to actually get us through this, so I think that is exactly what we're looking for here. As I said, we just need 250, we're already at 170. It's gonna be fine. Our troops, of course, are barely hurt at all. You know, we simply are too strong to really be bothered by any of this. 185, very nice, very, very nice. Let me just, you know, pillage some more. We will immediately, once we've done that, actually go down to the Ayyubids, but until then, I just want to make sure that we actually have the amount that we need here. Else I would be quite sad. Almost there. And I'm no longer severely injured, that's nice. If you die from this, you're probably one of the unluckiest sons of bitches that I've ever seen. Come on, take him out. There you go. 217, very, very nice. Very close, but not quite there yet. What is this? Conquest of Irbil by the Ilkhanate. Interesting. Right, with that being done, I think we're already... I will not... Stop telling me about Allah. I will not convert. And you should neither convert to Islam. That is a foolish gamble. You know what? I think we're just gonna go in, because we're so close to the piety target. You can do this before and you can do this, you know, later, but I would recommend not doing it too late. And you will see why right now. So, let's go for the Ayyubid Sultanate. We just need the prestige, not the piety. The piety is for something else. We just declared the war and we will immediately go in. It doesn't matter that the Ilkhanate declared war for a conquest. They're just gonna, you know, siege stuff down quickly. The war will end in a second and then we will be there in the prime time of taking out the... There you go. See, the war's already over. Jesus. In the prime time of taking out the Ayyubids, as, you know, we can. There we go. Beautiful. Look at this. We're taking them out so quickly, nothing of this matters. And you can see we already are now at 257 piety, so even not having the full amount of piety is perfectly fine. All you need to know is you want to be doing this before August 1242, so you want to be done with the Ayyubids before that, simply because the Crusade is already called. And you need to be quicker than the Crusade. If you're slower than the Crusade, you got a problem. Because at that point, you will already, you know, have the Christians come for the Holy Land. And you definitely don't want to have that happen. So check out what we're doing here. And I will actually show off immediately why we are going to need that piety. What it's worth for. We are April 1242. We are good. You know, we are perfectly in a perfectly reasonable time frame. And there's a lot of spacebar clicking, of course, you know, as it is. And they should even soon send us a peace deal. They usually do. We can't go higher than 99% without having a battle, but most of the time they simply do accept the surrender. Yep, there you go, enforce demands, and the war's over. We are now the lord of the Ayyubids. And now I want you to take a look at this. The Crusade for Egypt, right, in 272 days. One of the issues that I encountered, if you stay Tengri, one of the issues that I encountered is essentially that Kagan Batu will be in a situation where the Ilkhanate, where Mongolia, where the Yuan and whatnot are joining in our defense, making it so that the Crusaders are too weak, and you don't want that. You want the Crusaders to be strong. So what you do is, you take the only remaining Zunist courtier in the entire world as your concubine. Then you secretly convert to Zunist with a 250 piety and adopt the faith. That way, nobody will support you. There will be no Zunists coming to your aid, and the Tengris will ignore you, and the Crusade will actually happen because the Crusaders are foolish enough to actually think that this is going to work. See, they are just pledging to stand by my side, but because I'm not Tengri, this is, you know, from before we were converting. Since I'm not Tengri, they're not actually going to do this. And we do look, you know, a bit weaker than our enemies, don't we? Well, oh, nope. Don't want you to go there. Thank you very much. Let's go like this. Come on, man. What? Thank you. We are going to immediately go and wait for the Pope. So I'm just saying, if you remain Tengri, you will have the issue that essentially everyone and their mother, and even the very, very strong 100k Ilkhanate will, you know, pledge allegiance to you and your cause, and you do not want that. You do not want that with a single fiber of your body. Now, what may happen is, I've had this happen actually a couple of times, that the Abbasids declared not the jihad for Jerusalem, but the jihad for Arabia. Honestly, just surrender to it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to fend them off. You can, obviously, but it really simply does not matter. And we're 90 days away from this happening. We will, of course, take them out immediately. The Pope will, you know, be defeated almost instantaneously, and that will lead to an absolute surrender. And stop trying to, you know, convert me. Get out of here. How annoying. Now again, you want to be Zunist because otherwise the Catholics will simply cancel the Crusade, and that is not in your interest. Isn't it nice that we have the Mongols to do all of this dirty work? There we go. And now all you do is just walk into them. Just go get them. Just go get them. Because all you need to do now... Oh, we captured so many people there, good God. All you need to do now, the fall of Rome, is take out the Pope himself. The Pope will surrender, and this gives you the most war score. You simply want to destroy him right where he lives, you know, right at home, and do that with his entire set of holdings. Once you're doing this, you are in the perfect situation, because then the war's over and you got the achievement in no time whatsoever. A bit ridiculous, but that is, I guess, every speedrun with the Mongols for achievements. They have never been, you know, one to make much sense. And there we go, look at this, already 58% up. The Pope can even send you, sometimes they just surrender, sometimes the Pope refuses to surrender until you siege down every single of his holdings. But either way, I'll be honest with you, it is very easy to do. Already at 70%. What is the Pope gonna do about this, right? I mean, just watch this. Ridiculous. 84%. Like 2 weeks into the Crusade. I love it. 86%. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And once you've done that, it will all be over. Boom. The entire Pope has been sieged and forced demands. There you go. Actually, I just take this one, eh? Boom. The Crusade fails. And Pagan Fury. Now that was an achievement. It was actually quite fun because the Zunist stuff that had to be figured out. I hope that you enjoy your new achievement, and I want to thank the members of the channel namely the Barons Aaron, Stefan, the Richest T, Snywolf, Sai, and then of course the Counts, I Am Deadpool, Kiamelik 2, Suspicious Duck, and last but not least the wonderful, the Great Dukes, Nathan, Herman, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, the absolute legend Eric, Lexo, Benedict, and Roberman780. Thank you so much for supporting the channel directly. What you're doing here is what keeps this channel on its tracks, and I also want to say that if you want to support the channel, then check out the join button right under the video, where you can see the membership tiers and perks, and if you want to buy Paradox games, then I can only encourage you to do that via the affiliate link in the description of this video, where you don't pay anything extra, but I get a bit of a share from whatever you buy. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next achievement. Till then, later, alligator.